Let's look at parts 5 and 6. They're identical except for the part 5 has the radius arc on the top of it. So really, I would recommend making part 6 first. Make it first, get it finished up, and then do a file save as. Well, save it first, of course, and then do a file save as, and rename it as part number 5. And then you can open part 5 and edit it to put the arc in there. But if we look at this, you can see we've got a straight line across the top here. So that may be a little confusing if you try to do part number 5 first. The left side here, this arc and this slope surface here is identical to the right side as far as the sizes and the angles on it. As far as making this, show you the sketch here. All right, so there was my first sketch. So our heights 0.562 are the same on the left and the right. The height, the angle, got that all constrained, okay? I'm going to turn this one off to start with. So there was my first extrusion. Then I did a fillet on the corners of the end. Hole number 2, I got a little issue with that because I deleted something out of the sketch. Okay. The holes, the counterbore. Remember in the first video I said you got to check the sizes of these. Once you download your fastener, the Philister head screw, check the diameter of the head, and then you may have to resize the size of this counterbore. Now it needs to be 1/32 of an inch larger than the diameter of the Philister head screw. That gives it clearance for it to go in there. Same way this hole here, the through hole should be okay, same size as given in the book. If not, it needs to be 1/32 of an inch larger than the diameter of the screw itself. So you have to download that file and check it out and see. Now the index over here, how I created that, excuse me, is I created a sketch on that surface. Okay, and dimension it just like it's given there in the textbook, 0.063, 0.25. Let's press this. And then I extruded that to this surface. Okay, and so that makes that index portion the correct size and shape. All right, let's go look at number 5 here. So here's my sketch for it. You got this radius here, this distance given down in the textbook of 2 inches. Okay, and then there's an angle for that of 90 degrees against this, which gives you 140 degrees up to the top there. Just a lot of little things you got to work with on that, but actually they're pretty simple to put together once you just take them one piece at a time. And I think that's all I have to say about this. You will need to create both parts. You need to make drawings for both parts, and both drawings will need to be fully dimensioned. Okay. One other thing. You'll notice in the textbook, parts number 1, 2, 5, and 6 have these holes where the drill rods go. And in the book, it gives you a diameter of 0.12 and then 0.125 re-drill. What that means is when they initially make this part, those holes will be drilled at a diameter 0.12. And then when they assemble it, they'll drill through both pieces of the 0.125 diameter. But for what you're doing, make your parts, make these holes the finished size of 0.125. They must line up with each other when you assemble, so you've got to think about how you're placing those holes when you're going to put it all together. But anything that says in assembly or re-drill, make it the finished size, okay? And that should work out pretty well for you there.